it's getting cold. I'm not ready for it. Like, I'm really not ready for it. It's gonna be so cold. So winter is kind of here, whether we want to believe it or not, it's kind of here. And as it gets colder, your hair is going to react differently to the cold air. Winterizing your hair routine, what does that mean? That means preparing your hair and making sure that it is not dry throughout the colder months, because as it gets colder, the climate is colder, everything around it is cold, and your hair is going to start drying out if you do not moisturize and be on point with what you're doing with your hair routine. Because when your hair is dry, that is when it breaks off, and that is when your hair starts flying away and you're wondering, why is it not growing, why am I not retaining length? You need to make sure that your routine is winterized. So how do you winterize your routine? If you haven't had a trim recently, get a trim now before it gets colder. When I was in America, I went to an event called Kinks and Drinks, and Diane C. Bailey, who's the Sheer Moisture ambassador, and she's a natural hairstylist, was saying that you should trim your hair every season. So that's 4 trims a year, and it is vital if you do it before the season approaches, because if you do it now before it gets colder, it'll be easy to maintain your ends. When it gets colder, your hair's weaker and it's drier, your hair will split more. So it makes sense to get a trim now. I trimmed my hair 2 weeks ago myself, and my hair is ready for winter now. So if you're due a trim, get a trim now. The protective styles. A protective style is a style that protects your ends from the elements and from any breakage or damage, and helps you to retain length. A lot of people feel that you have to use like a wig or weave or additional hair to protect your hair. You don't. I don't use them to protect my hair. I just use my hair and different accessories to do that. So I will rock buns, I will do twists, I will do braids. That means braiding my own hair, not extensions, because I'm not a fan of the other methods that people use. That's just not for me. So I opt to do those things, and I've been doing them and it's been working for me. So rocking a high bun that has all your ends protected, because your ends are the weakest part of your hair, that is going to help prevent any breakage to your ends in this cold weather that's coming. Ugh. Use accessories, so you can use hats, snoods, scarves, turbans, head wraps. There's so many different choices of what you can do to cover your head from the cold. Rock different styles and get creative with it, so your hair is not out in the cold and you can prevent as much breakage as possible. Summer, we all like to rock a wash and go, wash our hair 2 or 3 times a week. I know I do. And as it's getting colder, your hair cannot take that routine anymore. You have to kind of stretch your wash days. So that may mean that you wash your hair only once a week in comparison to twice, or if you do it once every 2 weeks in comparison to twice a week or once a week, depending on what your routine is like. I wash my hair 1 to 2 times a week, so I would change it to once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks. Also, as it gets colder, you're going to have to change your products up. So that means the little lightweight moisturizer you was using or the leave-in conditioner alone is not going to be enough. You have to start layering your products. So what I do in the summer, I usually just use a leave-in conditioner by itself or a styler by itself. What I will do now is layer them. So I will use a leave-in conditioner and a moisturizer, or a leave-in conditioner, a moisturizer, which can be your styler as well, and a butter, something that's going to seal all the moisture in. In the summer I use oils to seal the moisture in because it's lightweight, my hair is more free flowing, it can do whatever it wants in the sun. In the winter, because I'm trying to protect my hair and try to make sure it's as moisturized as possible in the cold air, I'm going to use products that are thicker, that I know that my hair likes, and my hair likes thick creamy products in the winter time. So I'm going to use heavier butters like shea butter and mango butter. They're really good for sealing the moisture in the winter. Making sure that you are drinking as much water as possible, that your diet is still great, that you're still exercising, that your routine is still on point. Just because it's getting colder don't mean you gotta get lazy, okay? I know it's cold and you don't really want to move around, but you have to make sure that everything inside is working as well as everything on the outside. So making sure that your routine in whatever exercise regimen you have or whatever routine you have for working out, make sure you're still doing that, because that is going to be beneficial to your hair growth and your hair routine. Are my Winterise routine tips. Let me know your Winterise routine tips. Do you have anything that you do, especially in the winter months? Do you change your products up? Do you opt for different things? Do you change your styles? What do you do to make sure that your hair is as moisturized as possible in the winter months? Leave your comments down below and I'll speak to you soon. Bye. Bye.